Okay guys, I'm doing a video tutorial for you guys to learn how to do a Japanese style brush painting, which is sumi-e. The style is called sumi-e because sumi-e means black ink painting. So these are just using black watercolor, and I'm going to show you how to paint some bamboo stalks. And here's my other example and how to do a crane. Okay, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to practice with doing some brush strokes. Now I'm using this set of watercolors. Remember guys, leave the lid open because then it'll dry the right way, and then you're going to have your water, okay, that you're sharing at your table, and you're going to have your paintbrush and a paper towel in case you get too much water on your brush, and also to do some blotting, and we've talked about that before. Okay, the paper you're using is just a white sheet of paper, and to start off with, I'm going to get my paintbrush wet. I'm going to hit the bottom of the water bucket and turn the handle, kiss off the end. No tapping because we don't want to spray paint and water all over the place, okay? Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get it inside my black watercolor. The first brush stroke we're going to try is doing a thick line. Okay, lines can be thick or thin. If you place your brush on your paper, this is just practice, and you pull, see how I'm just holding it the entire width of the brush. It's touching the paper and I'm pulling. And when I do that, I'm making a much thicker line. Okay, I'm starting to run out of paint, so I'm going to add a little bit more water, go back to my paint tray. I'm pressing down all the way and I'm pulling. So you're getting that nice thick line. Okay, and you can see there is a change. It goes from dark to light, and whenever you have a color that goes from light to dark, that's kind of, they're showing the value, the lightness or darkness of that color. I'm going to go ahead, press down and pull. Okay, so it's always a good idea to practice your brush strokes before you do a final one. Okay, and here after you do your thick brush stroke, alright, bamboo, it's thick and then it thins up, and then it has something called a node where it kind of gets a little bit wide and it has like a bump, so we want to try to make that same deal, and we want to rub back and forth, okay, and then pull up. Okay, when I run out of paint, I can go ahead and add some more watercolor, rub back and forth, and pull up. Okay, alright. And I kind of sometimes actually like it when it shows a little bit of the white of the paper, because it makes it look like there's a highlight. Okay, if you're getting too much water, remember you can just brush it on your paper towel. Move over to the other side of my paper. Practice some more. Alright, rub back and forth, pull up, rub back and forth, pull up, rub back and forth, and pull up. Okay. Alright, so there's my bamboo stalk, okay? So I practiced like 5 times, okay, just on the bamboo alone, okay? Alright, and I'm going to pull that away, let that side to dry. Alright, once you find that you've got your bamboo stalk, we want to actually practice on the smaller branches, okay? The smaller branches, I use the tip of my paintbrush and then I just pull. Tip of my paintbrush only and I pull. Tip of my paintbrush and pull. Tip of my paintbrush and then pull. So it's just a light pull, and I just use only the tip of my paintbrush and I pull. Tip of my paintbrush and pull. Okay, now the leaves that are on the thin actual branches of the bamboo, I'm going to add a little bit of water. Alright, I press part of the brush down and then I pull. Press half, a little less than half the brush, and then I pull. A little bit less than half of the brush is touching the paper, and then I pull. Press, pull, press, pull. Okay, press, pull. It's really about how much of the paintbrush is actually touching the paper. So literally it's like less than half of the brush hairs are touching, and I pull, less than half, 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 and pull. So you're going to get some of these thick, and then it goes down to thin, okay? Alright, now to bring it all together, after that practice, next sheet of paper here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put it all together. And then if I get too much, I'm getting a little bit too much. I probably didn't even need to add any water. Test out my paper towel. Okay, so from the bottom here, I'm going to use the whole width of the paintbrush. I'm going to pull up, then I'm going to rub back and forth, pull up, rub back and forth, pull up, rub back and forth, pull up. Okay, all right. I could go back over that if you feel like it's a little too light. You can just go ahead and add a little bit more watercolor. Rub back and pull up, rub back and forth, pull up, back and forth, pull up. Okay, but I'm going to leave the other side a little bit lighter. I like that. Okay, my next piece of bamboo, it's going to go ahead and I kind of want it to go in to the space of the paper at an angle. So I'm going to go ahead with my brush all the way at the bottom of my paper, and then I'm going to pull up, but it's at an angle, diagonal, rub back and forth, at an angle, rub back and forth, at an angle. Okay, I'm running out, so I'm going to go ahead and get some more watercolor. And then I'm going to go over that again, back and forth, pull up, back and forth, pull up. I'm going to go back over that. It's got a little bit light. Okay, so your bamboo doesn't always have to be going straight up. Bamboo kind of leans and bends. Okay, alright, now we're going to add those smaller thin branches. So this is where I'm going to go ahead. Wherever you rub back and forth, that's what they call a node on a bamboo stalk. This is where the little branches come off from. So this is, I think this is a good spot. And I'm just going to wipe off some of that extra paint. And then I'm just using the tip of my brush, and then I pull, tip of my brush, pull, tip of my brush, pull over that, tip of my brush, pull, tip of my brush, and pull. Okay, I'm going to add another one up here, tip of my brush, and pull. Okay, alright, so I have my branches. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my leaves. So remember, it is just part of the brush holding down, and then you pull. Only about less than half the brush touching the paper, and then pull. Less than half of the brush, and then I pull away. Less than half of the brush, pull away. And so you're going to get these leaves off of the bamboo stalks, okay? Alright, so there's my paper here with my bamboo stalks. And then each time you guys are done, you know, obviously you want to put this on the drying rack so it dries.